manipulator. AIMCO is an equipment supplier located in the heartland of the Midwest in Toledo, Ohio. We are a group of engineers, machinists, and fabricators, and we only sell through authorized dealers. Our mission is to prevent injuries and waste by building the best lift assists, because every factory worker deserves an opportunity to be productive without sacrificing safety. Ultimately, we boost safety and productivity for other factories. Let's jump right into manipulator basics, made easy as 1, 2, 3. Each manipulator has 3 basic components. The first one is the crane, or support structure. The second one is the lifter, that is the mechanism handling the up-down motion. The third one is the end tool, oftentimes called end effector or handler. That is the portion that's interfacing with the load that you are lifting. Next, we'll briefly go through some examples of cranes, lifters, and end tools. And if you'd like to learn more about each individual product or type of product, go to www.aimcomfg.com or aimcomanufacturing.com. One example of a crane is a jib crane. We sell jib cranes only, although we integrate with gantry cranes or bridge cranes all the time. The jib cranes we offer are art jibs or boom jibs. An art jib, short for articulating jib, has a primary arm and a secondary arm. Primary arm rotating around the shoulder, secondary arm rotating around the elbow. With these 2 swivel joints, you're able to position the jib arm at any point within the working diameter. The benefit of an articulated jib would be an end of arm rigid mount. For instance, you can mount a torque lift or torque tube on the end of it and maintain perpendicularity with the floor. Another benefit is working around overhead obstructions. The other style is a boom jib. A boom jib is simply a straight arm with an enclosed track and trolley system. This should be the default selection because they are less expensive and more ergonomic. The catch is you have to have room in the area for the full span to rotate around. With an enclosed track and trolley system, that arm can rotate 180 degrees or 360 degrees around the pedestal. Turning the page here, let's review the gamut of lifters that you can select for your manipulator. Starting with below the hook setups, let's review 4 options. The first one, and the most basic, is an air cylinder lift, where AIMCO would supply a swivel at the crane connection point, as well as energy track to neatly manage the air lines as the cylinder travels up and down. The second option would be an air or electric chain hoist, air being preferred since most end effectors such as ours are pneumatically powered. Third option is an air balancer. Now, air balancers have a lot of options out there with suppliers such as Knight, Zimmerman, and also DMAC. What sets ours apart is we have now co-branded AIMCO with Dotec to offer a specialized and unique ergonomic controller for the air balancer option. Fourth, we have intelligent lifting devices such as the Gorbel G-Force. AIMCO is a preferred tooling integrator for Gorbel and has 20 plus years experience integrating our end effectors into Gorbel G-Forces. Now let's get into guided lifters. They are exactly what they sound like, basically a linear bearing system guiding the up-down motion to absorb off-center loads. The 2 most popular guided lifts that we sell are stacker lifts and torque lifts. Stacker lift is a rigid column harboring that linear rail system with a carriage riding up and down that rail. They are most useful in applications where you need to maximize vertical travel, especially in low headroom areas. Lastly, let's review the benefits of a torque lift. Saving the most prominent for last, AIMCO has sold most of our manipulators in the last 35 years with a torque lift setup. The assembly includes a guided shaft linear bearing arrangement housed in a square tube that is assembled to a pneumatic lifting cylinder powering the up-down motion. At the bottom of the torque lift is our wrist swivel and end effector attachment plate. What sets this apart from the stacker lift is the telescoping nature. In its utmost position, you're able to clear obstructions throughout the work cell, such as pallets, tables, conveyors, etc. Our torque lift can be mounted rigidly to our articulated jib crane or a dual girder bridge crane with an offset load trolley platform. It can also be mounted with a single pin connection to a single trolley on either our boom jib or a single bridge crane. For most applications that require part rotation, as well as most applications with large parts up to 10 feet long, we are typically going to recommend our AIMCO torque lift. In this section, we're going to go over special features including unique one-hand controllers, two-hand ergonomic handles, and rotation options. The first one-hand controller is our inline handle. It's as intuitive as they come. Grab onto the handle and push down or lift up to go up and down. They are best suited for basic hooks, slings, chains, as well as plate clamps and manual fixtures, or pneumatic below-the-hook tools, for example, vacuum cups or magnets engaging parts from the top. Next is our pistol grip controller, where your index finger and middle finger are pulling triggers to go up and down. These should be utilized when you want pitch control of the below-the-hook tool, and are especially great for fixed hooks, where it's beneficial to lead the hook into the part at an angle. Our slide valve controller is not used for up-down controls, rather it's used to clamp and unclamp parts. Its key feature is a dual task release button, where the button must be depressed before sliding the valve in the up position to release the part. The slide valve controller is perfect for air or electric hoists with suspended and tethered pendants. Our pace controller runs the up, down, grab, and release functions. Grab onto the handlebar frame to go up and down, and engage the paddle shifter levers to grab and release or execute rotation functions. The pace controller is exclusively offered with our AIMCO torque lift. The last couple of ergonomic handlebars that we'll cover are configured with your standard thumb lever pendants. One is our pivoting handlebar with gas springs counterbalancing the weight of the controls. This handlebar would be preferred when handling deep or wide parts such as 4x8 sheets. The other is our vertical slide handle, which gets the operator a little closer to the part and utilizes a rodless air cylinder and precision regulator to float the handlebar in place. Last, in our special features section, we'll go over powered rotations. Typically, one manipulator will have one rotation feature, or occasionally two. The way we describe these rotations are always relative to the direction the operator is facing. So from their vantage point, a roll would be like a windmill or a clock on the wall. A tilt would be like taking a bow, and a yaw a helicopter blade spinning relative to the handlebar. In this section, we'll briefly review the three different types of end tools, and I'll show you how to find more information on our website and our YouTube channel. All AIMCO end tools are inherently modular, in that sub-assemblies can be mounted on a spreader beam or H-frame, and each cup, magnet, or gripper can be adjusted along Cartesian coordinates. Vacuum tooling is ideal when handling most solid surface, non-porous, and non-perforated parts with plenty of surface area for vacuum cup engagement. Generally speaking, they'll be less expensive than magnet tools and custom gripper tools. Our magnet tools leverage permanent magnets and compressed air to reverse the magnetic field to toggle grab and release states. They include multi-pole technology that maximizes holding force at half the size and weight of competing magnets, and perform especially well on thinner sheet metals. Gripper end tools come with one or multiple gripper actuators, including custom gripper jaws and grip pads. Custom engineering on gripper tools can include stress analysis on the gripper jaws, fine-tuning grip pad encapsulation or engagement, and designing custom locators and guides. For a deeper dive into end tools, go to our YouTube channel to access all 600 plus videos that showcase vacuum, magnet, and gripper end tools. If you want to learn more about end tool components, go to aimcomfg.com, where each end tool page has infographics, a playlist, and case studies that will fuel your knowledge and overall understanding of manipulators.